Very good morning, dear students. Welcome to the class. As I have told you, we'll begin with the new chapter, that is verbs, page number 31, unit 6. Verbs, we all know that what is a verb? Verb is a doing word which has any action, or verb describes any action. That is verb. Verbs also shows the possession, like has, have, or had, isn't it? Then verbs, it also denotes being also, like is, was. Now the verbs to be are, what are the verbs to be? They are the words like is, am, are, was, were. So what do you mean by verb? Verb is a doing word or the word that describe action. Second thing is that verb, it also shows the possession. As we all know this thing, what is mean by possession? Possession means which tells that whose the thing is, isn't it? That is possession. Then we have seen that verb, it denotes being also. The verbs to be form are the words is, am, are, was, were. Then comes transitive and intransitive. Transitive verbs are those verbs that requires an object to complete its meaning. Means, if I take an example, like first example is given, my mother washes clothes in the washing machine. Now here my mother washes, if I'm going to say my mother washes, now you all are going to think about that what thing? It's a question mark. It is not making complete sense. And to make it complete, we need an object. We require the object to make complete meaning of it. So what we have done, we have added up here clothes in the washing machine. So the full sentence is, my mother washes clothes in the washing machine. Clothes is the object and washes, that is the verb. Then comes intransitive verbs. Intransitive verb, it does not require any object. It does not require an object to complete its meaning. To complete its meaning. That is intransitive verb. Like here the verb, when we see this example, the baby slept. Slept means that is already been done, isn't it? You no need to add up any object to that, because it is already making the meaning when this word slept has come. So slept, this verb, that it does not need any object to complete the meaning. Then comes the verb to be. What are the to be verbs? Just now we have seen that is, am, are, was, were. Then will be, shall be, appear, seem, and look. These are the verbs of incomplete prediction. What are they? These are the words for incomplete prediction. Like, no, you are going to ask that incomplete prediction means some of the intransitive verbs, no, they require some word or phrase to complete the predicate, and make sense of the sentence. Those verbs are known as incomplete predication, isn't it? So here you see that here incomplete predication, they need other words or phrases to complete the meanings, and we add up those words or phrases to those incomplete predication. That comes as complement. That is known as complement. Like when we see the example here, the dog is, when I am going to stop there in that to be form of verb, if I am not going to add up any complement to that or a phrase to that, what does it mean? That is incomplete. So you have to add up a complement or a phrase to that to complete the meaning. When I added with that sentence an animal, so it makes sense also. It makes it meaningful. Like the dog is an animal. Now, C part, the main parts of a verb. What are the main parts of the verb? The present tense, the past tense, the future tense. Present here, it means that we'll see later on, but now just to give a quick explanation to that, the present is the moment which is going now. The moment which is going now, that is present. Past, which has gone, passed away. Then the future, which is about to come, when we are going to talk about tomorrow, that is future. Past, when we already means yesterday. Present, today, isn't it? So these are the three main parts of the verb. Now you turn the page to page number 32, regular and irregular verb. Can you see regular and irregular verb? Here, no, this regular and irregular verb, you have to do it on your own. Regular verbs, they change their form very little. The past tense and past participle of regular verbs end in ed. So here, regular verbs, they change very little, and the past tense and past participle of regular verbs, it ends with ed. Then irregular verbs are common verbs in English language which do not follow the simple system of adding d or ed of the word to for the past tense. It means the spellings, it can be little tricky. Their changes will be there in the spelling in between to that only, or the word will change. That is irregular. And regular is when you add up ed to it, d or ed to it, to the word. Okay, so these two pages you have to go through, and today you make sure this page number 32 and 33 you are going to learn it by hearted. You have to remember that and be thorough with these words. Because of these words we are going to do our exercises. Okay, so we have seen what are verbs, then we have seen transitive and intransitive verb, we have seen complement also, we have seen the three main parts of a verb, isn't it? That's all for today. In next class I'll be giving the project, isn't it? I'll be giving the project for August and for this month also. August I would have given you on that day, on Monday, but it was holiday. So next class I'll be giving you, because now we have begun with this chapter, no, with the verb. So I want to give you related to this. Okay, take care all of you. Have a nice day ahead.